Most entrepreneurs, most new entrepreneurs don't know how to articulate their value in a way that people can understand them, people can have an opportunity to refer business to them, or even do business with them themselves. And a lot of new entrepreneurs lose a ton of money, ton of connections in the process just because they're not articulating their value. What I want to do in this video, I want to talk about how you can change that with making just simple tweaks. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about. Real question is this: as a business, as an investor, as someone whose success lies in getting in front of the right people, people who will do business with us, how do we break through obscurity? How do we break through the noise? How do we showcase our message, our opportunities, and our offers in front of the right people? That is the question, and this show has the answer. My name is Raza Aziz. Welcome to The Bold Entrepreneur. So listen, here's the thing. Welcome, friends. I have been. I don't think I can't remember when my last live was. It was a little while back, but here I am. Hope you are having a great year so far. We are midway through June 2023. How are you doing? Past couple of months, I think it was in April that I decided I have had enough of being behind the screen. I mean, I call it, I was having screen exhaustion. I needed to get out. So over the past couple of months, what I started doing is I started going to some of the networking events that happen in my local city here. And while I was going there, I was evaluating which event or which space would be a regular spot for me to build the relationships there, for me to contribute there, for me to learn from the people that are there. Because and anybody who knows me knows I'm a huge fan of having people who are more successful than you around you. So having that kind of circle will serve me as well. So I've been evaluating that over the past little while, past couple of months. So that has given me a lot of opportunity to meet some new entrepreneurs, meet local business owners, local self-employed professionals, many coaches and life coaches and business coaches, you name it. I've had the opportunity over the past couple of months to meet a ton of people, and these people I haven't really met them before. So I genuinely I want to get to know them, and I would ask them, "It's like, hey, what kind of work do you do?" And then they talk, and then 15 minutes later, I still don't know what they do. I mean, I'm a smart guy. I have decent listening skills. So I concentrate on what they're trying to say because I truly want to know who they are. Because a lot of times, if I'm at a networking event, if I'm at a place where there are many different people, I might connect with somebody new that I'll be having a conversation with. I'll be like, you know what? I just spoke to that lady over there, and she might be a good person for you to speak to. But if I can't understand what somebody is saying, it loses its purpose. And by the way, that this happens online as well. Because online, through social media, through our posts, through our videos, we are articulating our value constantly. We're letting people know what we do and inviting them into our world. But a lot of times, if I take your audience members and I ask them and I say, hey, do you know what this person does? They may or may not know. And this is where, and by the way, I've been guilty of this myself. And there are a few things that I have learned over time that I want to share with you. But before I dive into that, I want to share with you a video clip. It's just a short 30-second video clip. It reminds me of this kind of a scenario where people are talking, but nobody's understanding anything. So check this out.
I help you.
We'll be asking the questions, old man. Who are you?
You.
No, not me, you.
Yes, I am you.
Just answer the damn questions. Who are you?
I have told you.
Are you deaf?
No, you is blind.
I'm not blind, you blind.
That is what I just said.
You just said what?
I did not say what. I said you.
That's what I'm asking you.
And you is answering.
Shut up. You.
Yes?
Not you, him. What's your name?
Me.
Yes, you.
I am me.
He's me. And I'm you.
And I'm about to whoop your old ass, man, because I'm sick of playing games. You, me, everybody.
Isn't that funny? Anyways, I watched that video clip. This is from a movie titled Rush Hour. So, anyways, so let's talk about this. So, I was at a networking event I think it was a few weeks back, and it was an open session, so everybody was connecting with everybody all over the room, and then there was a small group of people that were sitting down, and there was a lady on the microphone. And this lady was, I mean, to me, I was drawn by her body language because she was really talking. She was very engaged. She was, you know, attentive, and she was looking at the audience and everything like that. And I was drawn to that. And she had a microphone in her hand, and so I went right beside the speaker. And I've got my notebook in my hand, and I'm just listening. I'm watching her. Now she's saying stuff, but I have no idea what she's talking about, right? No, it was not a language barrier. She was speaking English. She was very excited about what she does and why she does it. All of those things. There were a couple of people in the audience in a small group in front of her that were nodding, but I'm like, I'm standing right next to the speaker, but I can't really seem to make sense of how does she really help me. And later on, I had an opportunity to connect with her one on one. I said, "Hey, I loved I have a speaking background, and I loved how you were speaking, how you were holding the microphone, and how you were engaging with the audience. What kind of work do you do?" And then she told me, and I didn't get it. And I'm like, "Okay, so hold on a second. So are you in a blockchain space? Are you in the Web3 arena? Like, what are you talking about?" And then she explained again, and then I didn't get it. And so I kept going back and forth. And after 20 minutes, I was just like, I'm like, I think she is in this arena. So you want to make sure that you avoid these kind of challenges for your prospect. You got to make it easy for people to understand what you do, right? And this is something I had learned from Donald Miller. He's the author of the book titled Build a Story Brand. And in that book, and of course, when I met him in person, I spent an entire week with him. He talked about this very concept on how people introduce themselves and they really are just talking, and the other person has to spend a lot of what did he say? The other person has to spend a lot of calories trying to understand. And his Donald's message is really clear. He says, if you confuse people, you lose as an entrepreneur. And you want to avoid that. So that's what we want to talk about. I want to give you a bit of a framework that you can use. Okay. So write this down. Okay. So first part is going to be whenever somebody asks you, what do you do? Or even if you're making a video or if you're writing a post or something like that on what you do, you want to talk about, you want to do something like this. So you want to write or start with, some people, and then blank, right? So you start the conversation. Like somebody says, like, "Hey, what do you do?" And you say, "Well, you know how some people want to do blank, right? Like whatever that blank is. Like, you know how some people want to, um, you know, buy real estate in, the Toronto area in this hot market, right? They have the money and they want to buy a house, right? Like, so that's what people want to do. Or you can take a problem or a challenge that your audience has, and you can start with, you know how some people have this challenge, and then whatever that challenge is, right? So what you're really doing, I want you to understand what's really going on psychologically. What's really happening is you're helping people open up a folder in their head, right? Because we categorize things. We categorize it like, oh, this relates to my personal stuff, this relates to my business, this relates to my fun stuff, this relates to my, so we have multiple folders inside of our head. So when you're speaking to people and you're introducing yourself, whether on social media or in person, you want to start the conversation with, you know how some people want to, are, you know, making are living paycheck to paycheck. And then as soon as you say that first sentence, people are going to be like, yeah, yeah. You know what that is? folder just opened in their mind. Now you have an opportunity to place your business card in there. Do you get it? The folder is open. Now you place the business card. You say, well, you know how some people are blah, 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 whatever that problem or challenge or that desire is of your audience. Well, what I do is I help or I coach or I do this. And then in just one line, what do you do? Right. So, you know how some people have this challenge? What I do is I help them with that challenge, whatever that solution is. I help them buy a luxury home in Toronto. Maybe that's who you are. And then the last statement is, what does the transformation look like? So they can blah, right? So those are the three components. You know how some people blank? Well, what I do is blank so they can blank. Okay. Are you guys with me? Right. So I wish I had connected my whiteboard and I could have, drawn it out for you. A lot of people online, especially here, that follow me are coaches, authors, affiliate marketers, people who have offers and products and services that they're communicating those values through their social media. And what you may want to do is, when you're connecting with somebody, so let's just take an example. Um, you want to say to people, let's say you're introducing yourself, say, you know how there are so many people who have jobs, but they're living paycheck to paycheck, right? Like all of a sudden, yes, there's an odd there. Well, what I do is I help people start their own online business so they can have the time and financial freedom that they're looking for. Do you guys get it? Right? Did this make sense? Right? Like the flow of it. And it's really the flow of it that you are looking at. And don't start tackling multiple different things in this. You just simply keep it this way. And this way, it will allow you to communicate yourself, be memorable, be understood. And all of a sudden, of course, your products and services are the same. But what you have done is you have positioned yourself differently because you have made yourself understood to your audience. This alone will give you a better return on investment on your social media content, on your advertising, and all of that fun stuff. Anyways, I just wanted to drop in and just from my experience, I had learned that. I wanted to bring it over here for you. Listen, I have, there over the past few months, I have had a lot of pull from many, many, many affiliate marketers and coaches who have been in my network over the past 3 5 6 years, and they've been wanting to work with me. They were like, Raza, we need some of this knowledge of yours from social media and content creation and all of the masterminds that you are a part of, and we want this knowledge. So what I did is I created a private group, and in this private group I'm starting to build like a small group of I call it my top 100 fans. And if I have served you in any way, if I've helped you in any way, over the past 3 to 5 years, and you want to work closely with me, then we can talk what it looks like, because I'm excited about launching this new project. It's going to be launched within the next week or two. And it's really my way of bringing all of the knowledge, all of the best practices that I've implemented in my social media, all of the best practices that I have implemented since I've been a speaker, and the authors that I've helped. Um, it all comes down to content creation, social media domination, and really creating content that builds influence. A lot of people are so busy creating content, but it's landing flat. And I know a way for you to be able to create a measurable ROI on your social media, and in turn, a lot of you also, I know a lot of self-employed professionals as well. A lot of you spend money on advertising. You want to get a better return on your ad spend. Learn to create content in shortest amount of time and most effectively so that you can build your influence and generate the kind of sales that you're looking for. So anyways, if you want to work with me, listen, put in the comments, you can say, group. Let me know. Just type in group, and I will personally invite you to my private group, and we can continue the conversation over there. Hope you're doing well. Hope this was of value to you, and we'll, as usual, I'll continue to bring a lot more content to you that helps you drive your business and helps you accomplish the goals that you have set out to accomplish for yourself in 2023 and beyond. Until then, have a great day. Bye.